Um, Something that often gets misconstrued a lot is the link between sexual dimorphism and skin color, and findings that lighter skin color, if you take a sexually ambiguous face and you lighten the skin color, people will assume it's a female face. If you darken the skin color, people assume it's a male face. Um, this has come to hypothesize be why lighter complexions are favored in females as a sign of beauty, meaning it's not purely just racism and culture. People like if you say something like that, people will take it to mean you're saying like dark women are ugly, which is like the most ridiculous leap of logic. Like, the waffles and pancakes thing. Like, I like pancakes and you hate waffles. It's kind of like that in a way. Like, there's so much to beauty besides color, right? But what it does suggest is if you take a very beautiful woman and the skin's a little lighter, it will make the face look more feminine. That could enhance beauty, right? It doesn't mean like that means you're beautiful if you're white. It doesn't mean like if you're dark skinned, you're ugly. There's also a similar effect and bias with males. Um, Culturally, despite real no cultural reason this should be the case, women all prefer, generally agree upon this, bronze skin is attractive, right? So even though there's no cultural tropes about the superiority of bronze people, Mediterranean complexions are generally viewed as handsome in men. And you see this whether it's Peter Thiel going after a boy, a woman, generally complexions that look like the Mediterranean region, North African, South American, in a male is considered like more sexually attractive, you're oriented to males. Why? Again, because of the sexual dimorphism of skin. So um it sends a primitive sexual dimorphic clue that can enhance pre-existing attraction, right? Now, like again, looking at this in a facile way, you have dumb racists saying shit like black women are ugly, and they use it as like just a way to be racist. And then you could go the other way, like, oh, so you're saying black people are ugly. It's like, no. It's just like one of many factors. Like, for example, the other day I saw a video of a really beautiful, like African woman. Nobody would say that woman's ugly. She's like top 1% of beautiful women, right? It's just one of those things that modulates looks in context everything else, right? But the way to look at this is like don't get angry or assume people are saying shit they ain't. It just can explain some things, right? It can explain, for example, why you see male elites of cultures, even like without European contact, they favor lighter skinned partners. Um, it could explain why white populations are preyed upon for sex slavery. Right? Like this has been the case. North African slave raiders, everyone, right? And when it comes to a form of predation like taking sexual slaves, you're not gonna um how should I put this? Predatory behavior is often very broad and stereotyped. So if you're gonna go prey on a population to find sex slaves, you're gonna prefer the lighter population for female sex slaves, right? It doesn't mean those women are beautiful. It doesn't mean that's not saying any of that. But like amongst predators who are going to target a large group of females, it makes sense they would choose a light skinned population who's vulnerable. If you're a violent, primitive male looking for sex slaves, right? And like I said, it works in reverse too. Like, despite no cultural reason for this to be true, male attractiveness, bronze skin is considered the thing, right? And that's true despite no cultural memes of bronze skin being better, right? Um, it explains things. It explains why that was a thing. Um, it explains why you see in cultures like without European memes, lighter skin was prioritized among female partners and things like this. Um, And really, when you think about it, it's actually kind of a negative on the like on the average. It's one of those things if you are like say you are a light-skinned woman. Everyone knows like the like pretty privileges, white girl, whatever, but also more likely to be preyed upon like for these stupid little weird rings. Um Thought to be a dumb bimbo, doesn't deserve anything. It's like it comes with another set of negatives. And like, my skin's not light, like on the grand scheme of things. I have a complexion more like a Mediterranean person. But it is what it is. That's how I look at it. I remember I said that and everyone was like, you fucking it's like, no, that's not what I mean. It explains some things. It explains why if you're a band of violent males who are slave raiders, if you're gonna go try to get sex slaves, you're gonna hit these populations. And there are like writings of these slave raiders from North Africa. I'm North African, I'm part white, I'm Italian, all kind of shit. And they describe the light skin as one reason. Right? And like again, no one gets mad about the male version. Like a pasty white man is not as attractive as bronze skin on average. Like again, there's all kinds of preferences. So, there's like the macroscopic, like because bronze skin is a sign of maleness, on average, people attracted to males prefer bronze skin over light skin, skin with a bit of a hue of depth, right? Um, like pasty dudes don't win. Like, this is what like making everything like bigotry when it's like it doesn't make sense because by that definition, white men are less desirable than Mediterranean men, which they are. And but again, it's not to say like obviously there are super handsome white men, right? And there's so much components to attractiveness, and then there's individual preferences, right? So I don't get it. I don't like people get pissed about this or read into it or insinuate. I mean, I understand why there are racists who misuse this, absolutely. But saying that is not intrinsically racist. It actually explains a lot, like why male idols are likely to be a tanned complexion and female idols a lighter complexion, right? Um, and why this is like present before modern trends in a lot of cultures. Why sex slavery raids target light skinned populations. um, why can be afflicted with tropes like you're dumb bimbo, you didn't earn shit, you're just here because you're pretty, you know? And I'm just saying. The logic behind why skin color is sexually dimorphic is hormones. So you take a child before puberty, right? Males and females have a similar skin tone for their ethnicity. This is true of all ethnicities, by the way. In puberty, estrogen has a lot of effects on the skin. One of the first things to change, in fact, and it's a reliable barometer of fertility too. Um, for that reason, because the your estrogen level in the human menstrual cycle rises with fertility, is baseline higher in women with better fertility. And this is one of the first things like women going through transition, trans women will experience is a massive change in their skin. So some things you'll observe, the skin becomes more plump, right? Men have like a more steely, weathered look. You can see their bone definition in addition to their um, facial bones being different. You can see them more clearly than in a female face because the estrogen causes fluid retention, right? And it makes so a lot of water go to the skin. And what this does is the difference between the capillaries and the skin are less visible, right? From the estrogen making the skin more plump, right? And so what that does with the increased fluid in the face of estrogen the skin has less of a dark hue, right? And this is pretty much true in all skin colors. Um, it also creates a radiance, right? So there's a luminosity to the skin. And this is what makes like highlighters so popular in beauty products, right? Adding highlight to the skin, a luminosity. It very much reflects the hydrated, plump look of estrogen, but it does it on this dramatic scale, um, where estrogen alone will make your skin look dry, crepey, thin if you have a low estrogen. If you have high estrogen, your skin looks plump, radiant, luminous. And for dark skinned women who are young and beautiful, they commonly have very luminous skin. So they'll look very reflective, and lighter. um, between skin tones between different ethnicities, a lighter skin can mimic some effects of estrogen. Not all of them. So simply having lighter skin doesn't make you look, but all other things equal. It ups the way if you added a highlighter, it would, right? Um, from the plumping of the fluid and the greater distance between the top skin layer and capillaries. Capillaries are obviously like microvessels that contain blood, and it creates a darker, ruddy look, a deeper skin color. Um, the other is absolute hemoglobin level, right? Hemoglobin. The range of hemoglobin is higher in males. Um, some of this is medical misogyny because anemia is common and tolerated in females, but there is a difference by sex in that testosterone literally makes your body make more hemoglobin for physical competition. Hemoglobin is a molecule in our of our blood that attaches oxygen. That's what creates the ruddy look, the redness. And oxygenating the hemoglobin molecule is binding to oxygen, creating that oxidation reaction that makes it red. And so, with the more hemoglobin you have in your blood, the more red you're going to look, the darker, right? And this is what creates the sexual dimorphism of skin color. Why you can have a sex neutral face in the sense the features are not totally male or female. You can't tell that well. But if you type the skin color down to a darker color, people say male. And if you lighten it, they say female. And this truth orients a lot of social behaviors, and it's really wrong to make them reductive to cultural oppression or something, right? Because by that logic, why are pale white men not as attractive? You know what I mean? Like, it aren't white men the rulers? Why are we looking at them like, ill, get a tan? You know? And then, races like, "Oh, you're ugly." It's like, no, beautiful black women will have very luminous skin, in which case the radiance of their high estrogen and youthful, beautiful look creates like a shiny look. Um, the cheeks, the forehead, the lips, So, but it does explain why if you're like a band of violent males and you're gonna go try to get sex slaves, you pick a lighter population, right? I'm not saying that's Epstein or anything. Like, very clearly, what that was about was like symbolic dehumanization and like weird CIA mind fucks. But in the past, at least, probably, you know. Um, yeah, just saying. And you can even see this with like makeup, like highlighter, look beautiful. The problem with highlighter though is you have older skin. It don't work no more because it'll just highlight the wrinkles you got. But young people look so cute with highlighter, right? And even makeup application techniques, right? Like depending on your skin color, you'll modify your techniques. So women with deeper skin tones are less likely to contour. Contouring is when you take a shadow color to make your face structures look smaller and more feminine. So, for example, I got me a big nose, right? Real big. I got me the worst nose, man. It's like a combination of an Italian schnoz. I got a little Polish ball tip. Like I inherited the worst noses of all my ancestors. Got a little bit of this German shit going on here where it starts with the eyebrows. I didn't win the nose lottery, dude. I have like the worst features of all my ancestors. So like if I want to contour my nose, I would take like a shade that is um appropriate that will look like a shadow, and I would put a line here, here, a little one here, blend it, and then apply a highlight on the side so it looks like I got a little snatch nose there. Same with the cheekbones. You can go here and blend it out to make it look more feminine, make it like curves. It looks like you have a full cheek. For masculine, you want to go like down like that to look like there's a hollow. Um, yeah. For deeper skin tones, highlighting is more the way you want to go. I mean, you can contour, but the deeper your skin tone, the more you want to rely on highlighter to create that luminous look. Um, you can also do like reverse contouring where you just use a lighter color, right? Yeah, it is what it is. Like anyone taking it more than that is stupid. And explains why like really pale dudes is ugly. I mean, like people say that. It's because light skin on a man is not masculine. And a deeper skin tone is preferred. There are science-based reasons our brain has these algorithms, right? And if based on your attraction preferences, why it would impress the way it does. And contrast is also considered beautiful. So this is where like really, really, really pale women, like they don't have much contrast, like contrast being like the darkness of your eyebrows, eyelashes versus your hair, your skin, like how much contrast elevates facial beauty because it makes the skin look more radiant, and imperfections of your features are less visible from contrast, right? So a lot of makeup is just basically enhancing contrast. And a lot of dudes who see like models or movies where a woman's supposed to be a natural beauty, they have no idea how much makeup she's wearing. It's funny to watch every single time. They'll be like, I saw this one poster like, we have to go back to this no makeup, and I'm looking, I'm like, this she wearing a full beat, bruh? You don't see that? I can see it. I can tell by her hair color, her eyelashes are not that dark. She's wearing mascara. She's wearing white under eye pencil to make her eyes look bigger. She got lipstick on. She got blush on. She got um, foundation and concealer almost certainly. She don't got contour is the thing. Contour, especially over applied, and eyeliner. Those are the two things where guys are gonna be like, ugh. Guys hate the three makeup dudes hate the most is overdone brows. So like if you got that 2016 snatch brow, men hate that. Eyeliner, that's too much. This is the whole ass reason men hate Sabrina Carpenter, I'm convinced, for eyeliner. And contour. A little bit of contour will be okay, but if it's like too much, and then they'll see someone that's just not wearing those elements, like the brow is meant natural. There's just a light layer of mascara, a white eyeliner so the eye looks big and doe-like, blush, but not too visible. That's harmonious with the hair color. A nude lip. They're like, oh, you gotta go back to no makeup. It's like, and like I said, there's actually science-based reasons for these things, but then people jump to conclusions and misuse shit and go crazy.